Well, hello, my gentlemen. Welcome. Let me just get situated here. All right, here we go. Welcome, gentlemen. I hate these notifications on my computer because they're so freaking loud. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Erica Angelo's live Q&A in my lingerie, coming to you from Bali, Indonesia. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited to dive in and answer your questions about women, about dating, love, relationships, and helping you men become the kind of man that she just cannot resist. So I'm so grateful you guys are here. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me good? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nick Jean, how long have you been in chat? I don't know what that means, babe. Daniel has a great question. Brian Hardman, hey, boo-boo. What up, BH? Good evening from California. Thank you, Derek, for being here. Hi from Las Vegas. Chris says, hey, Erica, how are you doing tonight? It is daytime for me in Bali, Indonesia, so I am doing great. Can you guys hear any music playing in the background? Can you let me know that? Just say yes or no if you can hear music or not, because if you can, I think YouTube will like ban this video or something. Anyone? Can you hear any music in the background? Wow, we've got New Jersey in here. My favorite New Jersey guy, Colin from Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, you guys do not hear music. Okay, good. So YouTube will not shut this video down. Awesome. What up, DC Oli and Brandon? Hi, Brandon. David. I'm so excited that you guys are here. Edwin is ready to take notes. Excellent. I love a prepared man. Hello, Raymond from the Philippines. So we're getting started off with a great question, and I can't wait to answer this. So make sure that you like this video because it lets YouTube know that, yeah, hey, these videos are resonating with people. People are liking these. So that's what we want. So if you could all just like this video right now, that would help me out so much. I'm just messaging Andy because I can't turn down my television without moving my laptop. So I'm like, Andy, come please turn down the TV. I can't concentrate. I'm so glad you're here. So here's a really good question from Daniel. He says, oh, this is a deep one. Are you guys ready? He's starting it off deep. He says, hi, I have a question. Why do we as men still have the fear of being hurt again, even when we get into a new relationship? Does that fear ever go away? Daniel, that is such an honest, brilliant question. And I'm so grateful to you for asking this question. You know, I don't think it's just men, first and foremost. I think that women also deal with this fear. I think people, you can see Andy in the shadow. He came and turned my television off. I always play music in the background. I love music. I think as people, that we do not, that fear doesn't go away until we address the wound of where that fear came in. I'm going to say that again because this is very pertinent. This is very poignant information. I do not believe that the fear ever goes away of being hurt again until we address the wound inside here, the wound in our heart, of where that fear has come in. And so this is why in a lot of my videos, why I go beyond just giving you guys surface advice. I'm happy to give you practical advice. I'm happy to give you funny advice. That stuff is all great. But at the end of the day, until we go through the heart, nothing changes. Change that lasts. We may get temporary change by playing gimmicks and doing, you know, gimmicky dating things. But if we want permanent change that lasts, that creates a fulfilling lifestyle, so that when we get into that new relationship, that as opposed to entering it with fear, that we can enter it with joy, that doesn't change until we heal from the heart. And so that's why I'm always encouraging you guys to go deeper, to do your inner work. This is why I push in every single one of my live Q&As, do the emotional warrior program, because this is all about equipping men to go through the heart, to live from their heart. Because if you don't heal the heart, the fear stays, Daniel, is really what it boils down to. If you don't heal the heart, the fear stays. Can it go away? Absolutely. But you have to have the courage to be willing to heal it. I hope that helps you, my darling. And I will always, I always try to remember to put the link to the Emotional Warrior Program in the live Q&A. So I will put that in here right now. For those of you who have not done it, men are having powerful transformations going through this program. Powerful. It is changing their lives from a core level. Postures, ways that they have been doing life, living life as a nice guy, all of that stuff is shifting for them. They're using their voice. They're feeling more powerful. They're feeling more confident. They're feeling more assertive in the world. They're feeling more strong with women because they're strong in themselves. So I really encourage you guys to do that program. Okay, here we go. All right, let me just scroll. Dave says, we love Andy. Everybody loves Andy. Everyone loves Andy. Everywhere I take this guy, everyone just falls in love with him. Oh, New Braunfels. Awesome. I used to go floating in New Braunfels. I don't know if I'm saying that. Someone asked, YouTube is hiding it. It says, I have a serious question for you. This is no bullshit. I would like your opinion. You made a video about it. How do you make a girl come? Did you watch the video? Because making a girl come is appealing to her emotions and making her feel safe, but it's also giving her the foreplay so that her body loosens up. And then once her body loosens up, it's giving her the proper penetration, whether it's with your fingers or whether it's from your glorious member. So making her feel safe, developing that connection, giving her tons of foreplay so that she can feel comfortable with you, and then giving her the proper penetration, either with your fingers or with your glorious member. Chad Turner, what up, sexy? What it do, boy? Mike Loy, Tennessee, welcome, darling. Ninja Wolf says, Ninja Wolf, you finally put a picture of yourself. Huh, thank you. Now we know what you look like. Are women more likely to get back together with their lovers, or do they move on to some nobodies who don't have any history? Every woman is different, and it really depends on the relationship. I always encourage people, if the relationship is toxic, don't go back, because unless a person is committed to doing their inner work, there's nothing to go back to, But no, it really depends on the woman. It depends on the situation in itself. Not every woman's going to go back. And here's the thing, though, about women, and this is what I always encourage men with. A lot of times I've had married men come to me when their wives are ready to divorce them. They push it to the last minute. And the thing that men have to understand is, when you push a woman that far, when a woman tells you there's a problem here, pay attention. Listen to her. She's not bullshitting you. She's serious. Because what I see happen too many times is men wait to the last minute to actually pay attention and go, oh my God, this is serious. And they wait till she has divorce papers. And then that's when they call me and go, hey, I need coaching now. That's not the time to call me for coaching. The time to call me for coaching is when she said we have a real problem. And so when a woman is done and she has those divorce papers, she's done. Now, have I been able to help marriages get back together after she's at that done place? I have, but it's a lot of work from there. So it's better to take your woman seriously when she's not happy. And vice versa. It's the same thing with a man. It's not just one-sided. If a man's not happy, a woman has to pay attention to her man and go, okay, what is my man not happy about? And what do we do to change that? Derek says, had dinner last Friday. Good for conversation drinks. Got a room for the night and had sex 4 times, as well as good foreplay. She was surprised with my stamina and like my sex drive. Can we all just take a moment and applaud my man, Derek? Well done, man. Well done. Well done. You are doing God's work, pleasing these women. God bless you. Hello, the Archer. Glad to have you here. Sean, truth, beauty, and kindness. Thanks for your help. Wow, those are lovely words. And I deeply stuck those in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Ninja. He says, Andy, you rock the world into bits. I will tell him you said that. David Ramirez says, no fear. Nature, man, iron fist. I love Bali. I'm a raw food vegan. I will come again. Bali is definitely accommodating for those people who choose a healthier lifestyle. Okay, let me scroll up. Natalia, Uptown Dream. Arica, you're the prettiest girl in Bali. Oh, thank you, babe. That is the kindest thing. Thank you so much. Um, Striped One says, "Hey, when it comes up, should you let women know you're talking to other women? Some women love it, some don't. But most women seem to want that man that gets all the women. Should you keep it a secret or not?" Here's the thing, if you are dating a woman and and you guys are consistently dating, yeah, you need to have the conversation with her, because what I see happen to some men is they don't have that conversation by saying, "Hey, I'm seeing other women," and it really blows up in their face and they end up losing out on a great girl. It's honesty is always the best policy. It always is. And so it's just being upfront and letting her know where you stand and seeing if she's okay with that, but always having an honest conversation is the best way to go. Damani Brown, this is a great question. This is a beautiful question coming from a man, and I really value this question. He says, how do I learn to empathize? That's a really good question, because I think a lot of men struggle with having empathy. Why? Why do men struggle with having empathy? Because most of the time men are taught that they don't need that. And so when we're taught that we don't need something, we don't have a value for it. If we don't have a value for it, we're not going to put a lot of effort in acquiring it. So how do you learn to empathize? You learn to empathize by first and foremost showing empathy to yourself. And what I like to teach my guys in my emotional warrior program is self compassion. That is the quickest way to start learning empathy, is by showing yourself first empathy through self compassion. So when something shit happens, you don't just go brush it off, but you acknowledge it and you go, wow, man. And you talk to yourself, wow, man, I'm really sorry that that happened. That really sucked. And I'm really sorry that that happened. It's that sort of self-compassion, but when we dismiss things, when we go through hardships, when something hurts and we say it's not important, right there in that moment, that's an opportunity to share some self-compassion with yourself, to give yourself that empathy. And so when you forsake that, guess what? You also don't show up for other people when they have shitty things happen. You can't have empathy for them because you're not giving yourself that empathy. So self-compassion is the key. And I talk about a lot of that and how to practically do that on a day-to-day basis in that emotional warrior program. Nature, man, iron fist. What to do if a girl blocks you on social media? Let it be. Let it be, let it be. The question is, what did you do to warrant that? And not to repeat that behavior with the next woman. Chances are there's not much you can do when that you have to respect her boundaries. If she blocks you on social media, now she could be throwing just a fit, that there's that as well. But regardless, I mean, that's her way of saying, I do not want to be in contact with you. So you have to honor that boundary. Mark says, so a girl I'm talking to puts her job before a relationship. Now, as ex gigolo and workaholic, it doesn't really bug me, but also because I have to live with, a parent. So I'm not really sure where the question is. What's the question, darling? If you have a question, resend that to me. Sean Michael, he says, can you give your thoughts, comment if age makes a difference respectfully? Here's the thing about age. Age is just a number. I think when, I get some guys who, some guys love older women, right? and some guys love younger women. The most important thing is, do you guys really connect? Do you have the same core values? And are you headed in the same direction with life? And so really age is irrelevant. I mean, there is that age where, when it gets into a 30-year difference and you can see the guy who visibly looks much older and she looks much younger. Yeah, do people stare and is it weird? Yeah, it kind of gives that vibe of like a grandpa with his granddaughter or I have to tell you a funny joke. This is kind of funny. You said respectfully, but now I'm gonna make this kind of funny. I remember I used to sell shoes in Beverly Hills, very expensive shoes in Beverly Hills. And we had this security officer, his name was Pete. And Pete is no longer with us, but it was quite funny. Pete, he said, Erica, that's what I love about Beverly Hills. And I said, what's that, Pete? And he said, you see all these wonderful grandfathers walking around with their granddaughters, just holding them, kissing them, buying them shoes. It's so lovely. And it was quite funny because he's actually making fun of like the amount of gold digging situations that occur in Beverly Hills. It was quite funny. So yeah, when it gets to that level, it's remarkably awkward for everyone to watch. I'm just being honest. But in all seriousness, if it's someone that you connect with, and you guys have your futures going in the right direction, age typically is irrelevant as long as there's a connection, as long as there's a future in mind. What should I say to a girl if I have a dream about her? Well, it depends on what the dream was, but you can casually, you don't have to tell her what the dream is, but you can just say, so random. I actually had a dream about you last night. It's so bizarre. Just kind of hint at it and just leave it there because it will spark her curiosity. Stripe One says, like when you're dating someone and she asks you if you're dating other women and you're dating multiple people. Yeah, then just be honest. Don't lie to her because anytime you lie, listen, at the end of the day, anytime you lie, here's the thing. I always tell men this, like a lot of people who lie like to defend why they lie. You can always tell who a liar is because they're really good at defending lies and they get very angry about why they lie. And it's like, or you could just not lie. Um, Typically when we lie, it's to protect ourselves because we're not courageous enough to face whatever it is that we're lying about. So I would say if you're on my YouTube channel, hopefully you're one of my emotional warriors, and my emotional warriors don't have to lie because they're courageous. So don't screw yourself over by getting yourself in a trap that you've created through your lying. Just don't do it. Okay, Jason says, Erica recently met a woman, messaged me in response to a comment I made on a video she did on here. Now she wants my phone number. I have been hurt by women by doing that. How should I proceed? I'm not really sure. I mean, you have to give me more context for me to really be able to answer this question. I don't know what type of video you responded to, why she wants your phone number. So I can't advise you on how to proceed unless I have more details to that. Mike says, hello, Erica, turning in from Canada, Ontario, mostly in Sudbury, trying to improve this area and aspect of my life with women. Welcome, darling. And it just skipped again. Let me scroll. Samit says, hey, ma'am. Well, hello, sir. I don't know how, but a girl approached me, smiled at me, talked to me. This is something new after so many years for me. Thanks for your coaching. Brilliant, babe. It means that you are changing. The minute that we change, then the world responds to us differently. So I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you had that experience. It says to me, Samit, that you are doing some changing. So I'm so proud of you and thank you for being here. Oh, D. Cioli says, Erica, did you ever make the first move when coming across someone you're interested in? Yes, I have, and more than once, because I am an alpha female, surprise, surprise, and when I see something I want, I sometimes will go and get it. Granted, I do much more appreciate being pursued. I'll tell you guys a quick little story. I was in France. This was years ago. And it was my last few nights in France. All my girlfriends were meeting beautiful French men. And I was the only one that had not met a French guy yet. And I was kind of going through some stuff personally. So I wasn't really in the space. So my energy was kind of shut off to that. And I thought, I cannot come to France and be here for 1 month and not have a French guy. I cannot. So me and my friends were at a party, and there was a guy that was kind of clinging to me that I was not into, and I just was like, okay, this is enough. Enough is enough. So I went, and there was this guy I kept staring at the whole time, and I thought, gosh, he's so good looking. And he kept staring at me, and I kept staring at him. We were doing the eye dance. And so at one point, I used to love doing this. And if I'm having a proper night, I haven't done this in years, but I used to love in my 20s getting on top of the bar and just dancing. Like that was my thing. That was my thing. And that night, I just felt inclined to do it. I was in France and it just felt right. And so I did. And lo and behold, I saw the gentleman I'd been staring at. And I told my girlfriend, I said, there's this guy that I'm into. And I said, but he has not come up and talked to me. And she said, then you go talk to him. And at first, my pride came up, and I was like, that's BS. Like, a guy should come talk to me. Come on, man. Men are the pursuers. What's going on here? And I said, Arica, it's now or never. And I walked up to him and I said, listen, I've been staring at you all night. I said exactly what I tell you guys to say. I did it for myself. And I said, I've been staring at you all night. I can't take my eyes off of you. I have yet to meet a French man. I said something different, but I'm kind of editing some of this. I won't tell you exactly what I said, but you get the gist. I've yet to meet a French gentleman. Um, and you are going to be the French man that I meet. There's a lot going on in between the lines there. And then he said, well, I think you're gorgeous too. And I said, great. And then I reached up, grabbed him closer, and began kissing him. And yep. And we hung out for my last few days that I was there. And from time to time, I'm still in contact with that gentleman. So, yes, I have gone after a guy that I was interested in. Mike, welcome. He says, oh, Arica, you're looking great, gorgeous with your glasses tonight. Thank you, darling. Okay. Okay, Damani. Yeah, I want you to start doing that for yourself and tell me how that shifts for you. Lance says, your insight during this live stream, you are on it. Awesome, babe. Gustavo, if I am perfect, I am totally capable. I have a good life of my own. I don't really need anyone to help me with my life. So why do you need to get married? You don't need to get married, Gustavo. That's a choice that we make because we fall in love with someone and we want to commit to that person. We want to do an adventure with them for the rest of our life. We want to grow with this person, but you don't have to get married. Next question. Nate Spurs, plenty of sugar daddies here in Chiang Mai. I lived in Chiang Mai before. I was there for like a month. Really, I don't remember seeing that, but then again, I wasn't looking for it. Brian Day, should I actively try to find someone if I don't feel I'm up to snuff financially or emotionally? I would say no. I would say get yourself in order before you start looking for someone else. Because what happens is if you're not feeling good about yourself, you're going to carry that vibration into the women that you meet. And so what you're going to do is you're going to attract women with that same vibration. I always tell you guys, you're going to mirror, dating is a mirror. It's going to mirror back to you what's going on the inside. So wait till you feel more confident in yourself financially and emotionally before you start going out. Because what will happen, Brian, is if you go out in that state right now and you start meeting women, chances are you're going to meet women who are just in the same state and don't feel good about themselves. And what you can create is a bit of a toxic relationship of two people who feel unhappy with themselves coming together. And it's like 0 plus 0 is 0, you know what I mean? So wait till you really spend that time, building yourself up with your confidence, because I know that as a man, when you're not doing well financially and emotionally, it takes a toll on your confidence. Really invest that time to build yourself up emotionally so that you can feel better about yourself. And then when you're in that vibration, that's when you want to go and meet women so that you can meet healthy women. But when you meet a woman that's in the same vibration as you and you guys create a toxic relationship, what you do is you add to your story of, not only do I not feel good financially and emotionally, but now all women suck. And this is how we get into these sequences. This is how we get into these patterns. Whereas you can stop the pattern, you can stop it from even beginning by first taking care of yourself. And I would really suggest to you that you look into the Emotional Warrior program as well. And there's a payment plan on there too. Okay. And it jumped around. Okay. Eric says, I just broke up with my girlfriend of 2.5 years. That's hard. I bought her everything with no reciprocation. I spent over 77,000 on her. We never we never went on a date. She called 54 times that day. Nothing since then. Wow, I'm so sorry that you had that experience, my darling. That sounds pretty heavy. Um, yeah, I hope that you are doing the right things to help support yourself as you process through that. Sean Michael says, do you feel as I'm trying to be a high quality, high value man looking for the same in a woman, it becomes harder or easier to see the matrix? Do you feel as I'm trying to be a high quality, looking for the same in a woman, it becomes harder or easier to see the matrix? To see the matrix. I don't know what you mean by that. I think that when we look for someone that is of the same value as us, that we can tell ourselves it's hard because we're so used to the rhythm of meeting people that do not feel like we're on the same page. And so we get used to that rhythm. And so we start telling ourselves a story that it's hard, but it's actually not hard. It's not hard. But I think that as you raise your vibration and become a high value man, I think you can see through the BS very quickly. Oh, Jason says, Erica, in regards to my question, it was a video of her modeling swimmer, but my thing is, should I ask for a picture to see if it's really her? Yeah, you definitely should if you're questioning if it's her. Oh, Nate says, oh, you were there when I was there. Yeah, Chiang Mai was a rough He says, I was there, but you were sick or something, so I didn't meet you. Yeah, Chiang Mai and me, our energy did not get along. I did not enjoy my time in Chiang Mai. Something about our vibrations were not in alignment. I'm definitely more of a Bali girl than I am a Chiang Mai girl, for sure. Brian says, thank you so much. You're so welcome, my darling. And let's see, next question. All right, guys, I am so grateful that you guys are here. And I'm just so grateful for your hearts to be willing to learn and to go on this adventure with me in these live Q&As. I find it really fun. I actually want to film you guys for my YouTube story. I've never done this before. Do you guys want to like say hi in the chat room? Let's see if we can do this. Oh, it's so funny. I just opened up my Instagram and I just saw my dear friend from Thailand. How cool is that? I love social media. Okay, guys. So do you want to wave or say hi on and I'm gonna do a story. All right, ready, guys? Are you ready? Oh. Hello from my live Q&A and my lunch. Actually, let's redo that because I'm showing all of my tabs on my browser and I don't want to do that. Hello, and welcome all of these awesome guys and my live Q&A and my lingerie. Say hello to the crew. Thank you guys for being here. And they're all part of my Instagram community now. Thank you guys. That was really fun. I appreciate you doing that. Make sure, yeah, if you want to see your little name come up, that you go to my Instagram. Make sure that you go there and connect with me there. at the Arica Angelo. That's my Instagram. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad that you guys are here. If you're just tuning in, you can always watch it from the beginning. But it's so nice to connect with you guys and to hear the progress that you're making, hearing the wins and the victories, the self realizations. I'm just so proud of you guys. It really touches my heart and it fuels my fire to continue doing what I do. When I see that you guys are watching my work and you're applying it to your lives, and it's bringing you transformation, it's bringing you real results. That really, I'm a practical woman at heart. It's not enough for me to give advice. It's more important for me to see lives changed. I don't need to just hear myself talk, although I do enjoy hearing myself talk. At the end of the day, the value for my work is hearing that your life has been changed and impacted. So thank you guys for taking the time to share with me. Hey, Arica, I met this girl, this happened, and this happened. That fuels my fire. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing that with me. Guys, I love you so much. You truly have what it takes. There's so many times I see in these chats of men who have struggled and struggled and struggled, but because they keep coming back to my YouTube channel, they keep applying the advice, they start getting the girl, they start having the transformation, the confidence comes. And so I welcome that. I champion you and I say, yes, you have what it takes, but keep coming to my YouTube channel, keep applying the principles that I share. Do the emotional warrior program. That is the quickest way to experience your rapid transformation. And you also get to be a part of my Facebook community that I am in every single day. So make sure that you do that program. And you guys are posting my birthday in there. Yes, July 23rd is my birthday. You're right, July 23rd. That's amazing that you guys even know that. You guys are fascinating. Wow. All right, guys, I love you so much. And I will see you next week in my live Q&A. And I have some really cool videos coming your way. I can't wait for you guys to be able to watch this. This month of May is some really, really hot topics. So I can't wait for you guys. Thank you, Ash K. That's precious. Bless you, Arica. More success to you. I receive that. Thank you. Guys, I love you. Thank you so much. Mr. Black, welcome. He just got here. He's crying. A big shout out to you. Thank you for coming at the tail end. I appreciate you. Guys, thank you, Jasper. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. You guys take care.